Hello, everyone. I am Noah Upchurch, president of Self-Advocates of Indiana, and today we're here for the President's Town Hall. I'm going to introduce someone else.
Hi, my name is Nikki Hinkle, and I'm the past president. Jacob, can you introduce yourself?
All right. Well, my name is J. Matthew Clement, and I live with my parents, Jake and Trish Clement, and also I have siblings, Mikey and Katie. My brother lives in Denver, Colorado, and I work for my dad. I help sell real estate houses, and I'm in Special Olympics. I do track and field, softball, and bowling every year, and um, and I'm the vice president for Awesome Westside Advocates, and I do stuff like go to like Halloween bowling parties, and and I also go to like self-advocates of Indiana events like Valentine events and picnic events, and and um so 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 yeah um so yeah, that's all I have to say for my introduction. So thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Aaron, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Erin McGuire. I am currently the vice president on the Self-Advocates of Indiana board. I have a 26-year-old daughter that lives in Newcastle, and I have a job. I work at FedEx Ground here in Lafayette, Indiana, and I also do CCIRs for the Arc of Indiana.
All right. So first off, can you tell us just a little bit more about yourself, Aaron?
Sure. Currently, like I said, I'm the vice president of Self-Advocates Indiana. I serve on the policy committee for Self-Advocates of Indiana. I'm also on the spill marketing outreach committee. I also attend the National Council of Self-Advocates meeting.
Awesome. Thank you. Jacob, can you tell us a little bit more about you as well?
Sure. So sure. So let me yeah. So yeah. So so I do um so I try to join the SAI statewide virtual Zoom meetings whenever they're scheduled, um and 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 let's see here, and I am a member of Self-Advocates of Indiana, and I think that the SCI is a very great place for me to be at, and and um, I think what you guys do there, you guys are just so awesome. What you guys do there is just so awesome. You guys schedule the events, and you guys keep us posted. So and and the reason why I um, and so yeah, so I think Self Advocates is a great place for me to be at, and it's a fun program. So I hope I get elected. Um, so that's all I have to say about myself. So thank you, Noah.
Thank you. What inspired you to run for a position on the Self-Advocates of Indiana board, Jacob?
Great question. Let me get my Yeah, let me grab my paper. Yeah, so my inspiration to run, my inspiration to run for the position on the self-advocacy of Indiana, the SAI board stems from a deep desire to actively contribute to the community that has provided me with invaluable support and a platform to advocate for the rights and needs of individuals with disability, particularly by leveraging my personal experiences and skills to make a tangible impact on the lives of other self-advocates across the state. So thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Aaron, what about you? What inspired you to run for a position on to run for the presidency?
What inspired me is not just me being a person with an intellectual disability, but my daughter, and also advocating for those individuals that don't have a voice, and also making friends, not just here locally, but out of state. And like I said, advocating for those other people that don't have a voice.
Awesome. So you mentioned a lot about advocacy there. What does self-advocacy mean to you, Aaron?
Self-advocacy to me is speaking up for those individuals that don't have a voice. And the things that I'm basically doing right now is I have a Facebook page called Nothing About Us Without Us. I'm also starting a YouTube channel. I would also love to start my own podcast. So when I'm traveling, I would like to interview other self-advocates and put that like on my YouTube channel and podcast as well.
Thank you, Aaron. And Jacob, what does self-advocacy mean to you?
Great question. Self-advocacy also creates the independence and it empowers people to find solutions to problems that others might not be aware of, like self-advocacy be aware of. Like understanding your needs, knowing what kind of support might help, communicating these needs to others. Here's an example. So say you're a student who struggles with writing, but you're in a history class that requires taking a lot of notes. If you're a strong self-advocate, you understand that taking notes is going to be a challenge for you. You know that support like pre-printed notes may help you communicate your challenge to the teacher and ask for pre-printed notes. If the teacher says no, you know you can reach out to a counselor or other person for help. People often learn self-advocacy in small steps. They may start with just understanding one of their challenges, or they may be able to say that something is wrong, but not know what would help. This is self-advocacy too.
Thank you. Thank you, Jacob. What do you hope to gain or achieve by being the president and being on the SAI board? Jacob?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. By joining the SAI board, one would hope to gain the ability to directly influence the policies by practices that determine how financial aid is distributed to students, the ensuring that those with the greatest need receive adequate support, while the also potentially gaining valuable experience in the field of education, finance, and policymaking network opportunities with other education professionals, and the satisfaction of contributing to positive change in student access to higher education.
Thank you, Jacob. And what do you hope to gain or achieve, Aaron?
I hope to gain to start a bill that originated out in the the state of Washington called the Nothing About Us Without Us bill. And it requires people with lived experience to be at the table when policy decisions are being made. The bill also requires that the state pay individuals for their lived experiences that they bring to work groups, committees, and task forces. However, the state did not affiliate funding for this, which means agencies will have to submit for their for this funding when they submit their budget decision packages. I think that this is an important bill that should be brought to the state of Indiana, which other states are doing right now. I think the DSP waiver and transportation are all other things that are vital that need to be brought to the table as well for the self-advocates. Also, another thing that I would like to do is go around, because I think communication is a main factor, is go around and talk to those self-advocates and see what they would like for the self-advocates of Indiana to be talked about. And I just think communication is a main factor to go around and talk to those self-advocates as well.
So you kind of went into this a little bit, but what motivates you?
What motivates me? I think what motivates me is my daughter, and all the self-advocates throughout the state of Indiana. They give me the drive for it, the passion, just besides, myself being like, goes back to myself having an intellectual disability. That's what motivates me, is the power and the passion and the love of all the other self-advocates throughout the state and throughout the nation. That's what motivates me.
Perfect. Thank you, Aaron. And Jacob, what motivates you?
Yeah, having lived with a disability, I understand the challenges and barriers faced by many individuals in accessing service employment and community participation. This firsthand knowledge allows me to effectively represent the needs of the community by being on the board. So passion for advocacy. I believe in the power for collective action and want to utilize my voice to advocate for policy changes that promote inclusion and equity for people with disabilities and community impact. Serving on the SAI board provides an opportunity to directly influence the initiatives and programs that can significantly improve the lives of self-advocates across Indiana and leadership potential. And I am confident in my ability to lead and collaborate with other board members to achieve shared goals, fostering a supportive and inclusive environment within the SAI organization. So that is what motivates me.
Thank you so much, Jacob. I appreciate that. And what does professionalism mean to you, Jacob?
What does professionalism mean to me? Professionalism can help you achieve high quality results. The impress others and feel good about yourself. It's important to remember that professionalism isn't just about wearing a suit or carrying a briefcase, but rather about how you conduct yourself and behave.
Thank you, Jacob. And Aaron, what does professionalism mean to you?
Professionalism means to me, like what Jacob had said, it's not about wearing a suit or dressing up, but setting a good image for the self-advocates, being presentable, just setting a very good image for those self-advocates and being a voice.
Thank you, Aaron. And earlier you mentioned what you're hoping to gain or achieve, that there was a lot of issues that you were passionate about in the state. What issues facing the disability community are most important to you?
The ones that are most important to me now would probably be the DSP crisis going on and the transportation. I know that there's a lot of issues going on right now, but those are probably the two main factor ones that are going in my book right now.
Thank you, Aaron. And Jacob, what issues facing the disability community are most important to you?
Hold on. What issues? What was the question again, Noah? Can you repeat that?
Yeah, what issues facing the disability community are most important to you?
Some of the most important issues that I'm facing with the disability community include is the healthcare access. People with disabilities are more likely to need healthcare and physical therapy, but they may have limited access to healthcare programs, such as accessibility. People with disabilities may face challenges by accessing public spaces, transportation, and buildings due to inadequate infrastructure, discrimination, and the ableism. People with disabilities may face discrimination, stigma, and stereotyping. The ableism can limit their access to opportunities and resources like racial justice. Like Black people with disabilities may face the additional barriers and healthcare, education, employment, and access to public spaces. They may also be disproportionately inaccurate rated by experience high rates of poverty. Funding for programs that support people with disabilities is important, and Social Security, the improvements to Social Security may be important. So thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. And thank you, Aaron, both for your answers. We really appreciate your time today.